Hello everyone, welcome in the video lecture 2.3. In this lecture we are going to understand about the use of input statement, use of print statement, what is typecasting, what is precedence of operators, and how to evaluate an expression. Let's start. Whenever we are going to learn Python, then it is very important to use the statement input. Basically, input is a function in Python which is used to read the user input from the console. Console means your keyboard on the screen. Whenever you want to type, whenever you want to send some input for performance, for execution, then we need to provide some data like some number, your name, any data you are entering from the keyboard, right? That is known as input. So Python provides input statement, or you can say input function, which is used to read input data from the user from the console. It also allows the program to pause and wait for the user to enter some data, which is then returned as a string. Yeah, this is important to be noted down. Key points: the input function always returns the user's input as a string, regardless of what the data user is entering. Either you are entering number or floating point number or character or list or tuple, whatever you are entering, it will convert everything in the form of string by default. If you want to convert into other type, then we have to use typecasting method with the help of constructor functions like int, float, double, like string functions. So many functions are there which are used to convert from string to other format which you want to use. Let's see one example of input. If we are writing here, suppose for example a single loop, not loop, print a single line, right? Print another line. So I'm just writing here line number 2, this is line number 1, and if we are going to run it, press F5, save it. Immediately line number 1 and line number 2 is coming as an output. But what will happen if I am going to use a kind of input statement to input, and it is also used for prompting to the user. If you are not giving any message here inside of input, just blank, then what will happen? See, now it is not printing line number 2 here, it is just waiting for the user to enter something. For example, I am entering some number and pressing enter, then that number will be accepted by the input statement and will be transferred to a variable if we are using any variable, and after that execution started and line number 2 printed. But now here is there is no any variable we have taken, because the input statement will take value from the user, then we have to hold that value in any variable. So we can say num equal to input. Now after that just print what? Num, which we have taken from the user. Press F5 again it is asking from us to enter the value. Now suppose I am entering any value, pressing enter, it is displaying the value and printing last line also. Now if you right now when we are running program, there is no any message for any kind of input from the user. In this case user can get confusion, okay, what to do. Program is running but there is no message, there is no prompt, then user cannot give the proper value. Then we must give a message in the input statement for the user, so that user can decide what data required to be entered, right? Just like enter your name. Now I will take a variable n1 and here just giving you a message, your name comma n1, right? In the same way one more input will be taken. Once you are entering the name, it will display the name, and then enter your age, it will be n2, here also n2, so your age. Press F5 again, save it and run it. Now is the program is asking us to enter the name, suppose Amit. So your name Amit is coming. Now age 55, it's coming, right? So it means input statement first of all will prompt to the user for entering a value, and it will be waiting for the user to enter the value. Rest process will be stopped. As soon as value has been entered by the user, then only next statement will be executed. Means once this input statement got the value from the user, then the value will be stored to the N1 and then next step will be executed. In the same way, again here it will be prompting to the user to enter the age and waiting for the user for the response. Once response is given, then only this statement will be carried out and this will be again executed. So this is the use of input statement for giving different types of input, and on the basis of that input we can calculate other programs part and we can execute other parts, right? Now next point we have example here is there, asking for the user to enter the value, enter the age, then converting the age from string to the numeric format if it is required. By default, input function will take any value from the user and will convert it into string. If it is required to be calculated in further processing, then convert as per the requirement. Otherwise, if it is not required, don't convert. Just like if it is height, and height you want to check, you want to compare, you want to using some calculation, then you can convert. So I will tell you next example how to convert. So int function is being used to convert from string into the integer. Float is used to float function is used to convert string into the floating points, right? Displaying a summary. Now here it is displaying in this format using the format specifier f. Now f is a format specifier. We are specifying that now in curly braces the variable will be passed and that is holding some actual value, and comma UR, this is a message, age is again a variable, and these are message. So wherever any statement, any word or variable you are writing within curly braces using format specifier, that will be the variable value. Now asking user to enter two value, num1, num2, and now we are finding the result after finding the addition of those numbers and displaying the results, right? Simple example. Next, very important, print statement is very fundamental part of Python programming. If you don't know how to use print statement, then all type of execution you can do, but output you cannot display properly. So please carefully understand the format of print statement. What is the syntax of print statement? So as you can see, print statement can take several number of arguments, but all these are optionals, right? Object means whatever you want to print. Separator, this is optional, right? This is also optional if you are not writing anything within print function, just you are writing print parenthesis open close, that's it. It also will be executed without any error. But if you are printing something object, it will be printing object. If you are giving separator, if you are giving AND statement, if you are giving file or flush, then let's understand what are the use of all these optional values. So first of all, print function in Python is used to send the output data to the console. Console means on the screen directly by default, okay? But you can divert those output to any file also, so it depending on your requirement. So what is object? Is something any object. This is a kind of object or list of objects which you want to print. You can pass multiple objects by separating with the commas. Now what is separator? This is optional and flush. So let us understand one by one with the help of programming example. Okay, like here we are already giving here print statement. Once again we will take another example. For example, just we are writing in double quotes, my name is Sumit. This is not my name, but just example, my name is Sumit. So this is the output where it is coming. This is known as console, right? Console. And if you have some variable h equal to for example Mahesh, and just you're writing my name is, this is under double quotes and comma, separate with the comma and put h. So now h is a kind of variable because it is not in double quotes. So if you want to print the value of any variable, please do not put that in double quotes and just print it. Right, my name is Mahesh is coming. Now what is the use of format specifier? If we use here f means format specifier here. Now we don't need to put here this double quotes. Automatically it will be understood. So you can put all in double quotes, and within this double quote only we can provide. But now see what will happen here. If I am putting here, it is coming my name is h, but h is variable, it should display the value of Mahesh. So use curly braces. Curly braces tells Python interpreter this is a variable, not direct string. So now it's coming my name is Mahesh. So either you use this format or this format, whichever is suitable for you and whichever you understand easy for you to use. Okay, now next we have separator. Yeah, so how to use separator? For example, let us use a small loop for nm in range 10, print value comma nm. Just I am printing this statement. Now see what will happen. The output is coming in this format, value 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right, one by one. Each time loop is running and value is coming to next line. But if I have given this value as a message, then it is coming. If message is not given, then it's coming again in the same way. But if I am just writing 100, then what will happen? It will come 100 times, obviously. Now the output is going beyond the screen and we need to scroll it down. In the same way, if your output is coming very lengthy and you need to see only the output, so you can combine in a single line. How? Just put separator comma and give single quote without space. Then all the output will be coming into single line, but there is no space, so we can give one space so that each output is separated like this. You can see now all the outputs are coming to single line. In the same way, in the place of nm, if I am writing any word also, for example PC, okay, PC will be printed 100 times with separator in the same line. Now you can give here any special character also, any character which you want to use as a combined character, as a concurrent character. Okay, now next we had here flush. What is use of flush? Flush is with actually we cannot understand flush in very simple program, very small program, because flush is a buffer space in the memory of computer. Whenever we use print statement, then what happened, first of all Python will send all the statement which are to be printed on the console to the buffer, and that buffer, if it is not filled, if it is not occupied, then immediately it will be sending by default on the screen. If your buffer is filled or it is occupied, then sometime in other some computer it takes some time to send the output, and sometime buffer is completely blocked, then output is not coming on the screen. Then we need to set buffer true. True means buffer is means immediately it will flush the buffer, it clear the buffer space. So flush, if it is true, immediately output will be coming on the screen. This we can understand with the smaller with the help of a small program, but in that we need to use some extra modules. But here you just understand कि if you want to clear the buffer and immediately you want to force output to come on the screen, then use flush buffer equal to true. And this must be used in a situation where a program is requiring a lot of input from the user, right? And next we have what we have next, file. Yeah, file is also optional here. I'm not going to tell about the file in detail because that I will be discussing with the help of file handling. but one example I can provide. For example, the output which I am writing here, print my name is Amit Kumar. Right now if I am printing it, to the output will come on the screen, but if I am writing here comma file equal to file, then what will happen? See, the output is not coming on the screen, but it is throwing error. We have to send this to the file. File means any kind of other file. We have to define, we have to open the file, and then this output will go to that file, right? So this concept will be clear in the file handling chapter, file handling lecture. Okay, so these are the use of input statement and print statement. Now next we have type conversion. Type conversion is very fundamental process in Python. What happened basically, when we take a data like a string and we want to work as a number on the same data, then we have to convert that data into numeric format. And we have numeric data, but we want to convert, we want to work as a floating point number, then we have to convert into float variable. The same data if we have in the form of a string or number, but we want to work on that data as a list, as a tuple, as a dictionary, then we need to convert that data into that format. So in Python, type conversion or typecasting refers to the process of converting a variable or value from one data type to another. Python provides both implicit means automatic and explicit means manual type conversion. Implicit means automatic. Sometimes Python does automatic conversion. For example, if you are dividing a number like 10 by 3, then it will display output in integer format without numeric format. Sorry, it will display the output in the form of floating point. Once again, Python provides both implicit and implicit means automatic and explicit means manual. So what is automatic type conversion? Automatic means, as in the example you can see, Python automatically converts one data type to another without any explicit instruction by the user. Means user, you don't need to provide any instruction. This will happen automatically when different data types are mixed in an expression, and Python handles the conversions to avoid type error. Example you can see, like here we have integer value 10 and floating value 3.5, but here you are adding these two values together. Numeric means integer plus floating together, and what is the result coming here? Result is 13.5, and type of result is float. So now first value was integer and second value is float, and the result is coming in the form of float, not integer. So this is automatic type conversion. Means Python is defining and Python is deciding that after addition the result should be in floating points, not in integer. So this is automatic type conversion. Now second we have explicit type conversion. Means we as a user, we need to tell Python in which format output should be there. If we take the previous example only, so if we want to get the output in the form of integer, then we have to use int function to convert entire result into integer, right? So in explicit type conversion, the user manually converts one data type to another using built-in functions, and these are the necessary when automatic conversion is not possible or when data needs to be formatted in a specific way, right? So we have these functions like int to convert a value, means a string value to the integer, or float to the integer. So we can say int function is used to convert a value to the integer, float is used to convert a value to the float, str is used to convert a value to the string, bool is used to convert into the boolean. Boolean means either true or false, only two states are there. List, tuple, sets and dictionary. So let us see one by one with the help of example. Now we have your example converting a string to integer. How to convert a string to integer? Converting, if you want to convert any string to integer, it must be the numeric value. Means in the form of a string you must provide numeric value, otherwise type error will be thrown on the screen. For example, For example, if I'm writing here num input enter your age, if num is more than 20, if num is more than 18, then very simple program, print can vote, else print cannot vote. Right now here let us see what will happen if I am giving here 44. So 44 is not supported, type error is coming here, this greater than symbol is not supported between this string and integer. So this I was telling. So by default input statement takes any input in the form of a string, we need to convert into numeric. Then you can use your int function, whatever input will come from the user that will be converted to the numeric value. Now we can run the program again, and if we enter the value 44, so you can vote, right? Output is coming properly. So this is the use of int. In the same way, if I am writing a float, the value which is given by the user, I am giving here 33. Now it is coming can vote, but if you want to print also the value, it will be floating value. Now you can see the final conversion is done by the user. In the same way, you can see if we have a string, suppose name equal to Ravi is going to school, and this is normal string, and we are writing here name and printing as a string, right? But if you want to convert in list, then what to do? Take another variable, or suppose n equal to list function use and pass complete string in list and print here n. So now you see the output, the string has been converted into list. Then each part of the string, means each character of a string, became the element of list, single element of the list. So this is known as type conversion. And one thing keep in mind, just I was telling you about the integer conversion. For example, in the previous program I am doing undo. Yeah, in this program, if I am running this program, right, and age is required to be entered in numeric, but I am writing here with some character, suppose 20. This is not possible to convert into numeric format or float format. Why? If you want to convert any string into numeric, means any string into the integer or float, it must be similar kind of value, otherwise it will throw error, because it will require the same data, same character to be converted, numeric character, right? Okay, so let's move forward. Next we have handling type error in Python. So how to handle the error in Python, it is also very important. Sometimes we have a program in which we need certain types of error may be created while program is running. Sometimes what happens, users are entering wrong value, and on the basis of wrong value some errors are generated. So we need to write a program which can handle errors automatically. So if conversion is not possible or input format is incorrect, then Python will raise value error. For example, the same thing I told you in the example. Now common use cases for type conversions we have here. First is user input. The input data from the input function is always a string. To perform numeric operations, you need to convert into the integer or float. Arithmetic operations, when combining different numeric types like adding or integer to float, Python may need to explicit conversion to ensure accurate calculations. And working with the collections, converting data structures such as list, sets and tuple as needed for particular operations. Now let us discuss about the precedence of operators. Yes, precedence of operator is very important to understand. It is also very important for any programming languages because it determines how you are going to evaluate any kind of expressions. In Python, operator precedence determines the order in which operations are evaluated in an expressions, right? In which order in Python, operator precedence determines the order in which operations are evaluated in an expression. Operators with higher precedence are evaluated before operators with lower precedence. This is very important concept of Python. It decides, operator precedence decides in which way, in which order the expressions will be evaluated. All the operators, plus, minus, divide, many operators are there. Now in which order they will be executed, that is operator precedence. So let us discuss this thing. So very highest precedence is having parenthesis. Precedence means priority, just like we can say priority. The first priority will be given to parenthesis. If any expression is having this parenthesis, then first of all that expression that will be evaluated first. Then we have exponentiations. This operator raises the left operand to the power of right operand. Okay. Then we have unary operators, plus, minus, right, and unary, bitwise not, unary plus, unary minus and bitwise not. Then we have multiplication, division, modulus and floor. All these operators are coming all together under one precedence, that is precedence number 4. These operators have the same precedence and they are evaluated left to right. Yeah, this is an important thing. If all these operators are used in a single expressions all together, then we have to evaluate them from left to right. In some programming languages they follow right to left, like C++. Addition and subtraction, we have plus and minus evaluated from left to right. Okay. And bitwise shift operator we have. Next we have it bitwise AND, bitwise XOR, bitwise OR, bitwise. Then we have comparison operators. Comparison operators are coming at the 10th number of evaluation. And then we have boolean not, boolean and boolean or operator. Now let us understand practically how these are going to be evaluated. Example is given here. First of all, let us understand with the help of exponentiation. Versus multiplication. So we have one expression given here, 2 exponent 3 and then multiplication 4. Now as per the rule of operator precedence, we have the priority with the exponentiation and then multiplication. Then first of all we have to go from left to right. Then 2 and 3 will be evaluated. So 2 exponent 3 will be 8 and then multiply by 4, then result is 32. If we use parenthesis, we can change the precedence. Means if you are using parenthesis, the same will be answer. But if you are using parenthesis with 3 into 4, then first of all 3 and 4 will be multiplied and then the exponent of 3, 4 will be evaluated. So this we have to keep in mind. Parenthesis is very important to give any priority, right? The same thing in this example, 5 plus 3 into 2 exponent 2. Then first of all this exponent will be evaluated. The result is here 4 and then 4 into 2 will be there. Multiplication will happen and then the addition will take place, right? So it means first of all 2 exponent 2 will be 4 and then 4 into 3 will be 12 and then 12 plus 5 will be 17. In this way we have to evaluate the output. Unary minus, in the same way here we have unary minus. If we see minus 3 exponent 2, then first of all exponent will be evaluated. Why? Because the precedence of exponentiation is highest. Then because the precedence of exponentiation is higher than unary minus, so that is why first of all exponentiation will happen and then unary minus will take place. Next we have multiplication, division, addition. We have multiplication, division, addition all together, right? Multiplication, division, addition. If we have multiplication and division together with addition, then first of all multiplication and division will happen beforehand and from left to right. Let us see, 10 plus 2 into 3 divided by 2. So first of all, if we are going from left to right, then first of all 2 into 3 executed, it became 6, then 6 by 2 will be again 3, and then 10 plus 3. Got it? Once again, if we have 10 plus 2 into 3 divided by 2, so because multiplication and division both are coming together, then the operation will go from left to right. So from left to right we are going to, first of all multiplication will happen 2 into 3, then 6 by 2, and then the result will come 13. Mixed boolean and arithmetic operators are there. Then what will happen, if 10 more than 5 and 3 plus 2, then obviously first of all it is going to check that 10 is more than 5, yes, true, and 3 plus 2 will be 5. It means this is also true, and 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 is also true. That is why it will be giving the output true, right? So result will be 5. Comparison first, then AND. So first of all comparison is first and then ANDing. The result is true and true. The true is the result because it is also comparing here double equal sign to 5. In the same way now we have bitwise operations, 5 plus 2 and then bitwise left 2. Shift happens after addition, right? Shift happened after addition. First of all addition, first of all addition will take place, then shifting will take place. So 5 plus 2 will be 7, and then 7 is shifting towards 2 left hand side, then it will be 28. Boolean operations. Now if we talk about Boolean operators, then we have either true, false and not. In Boolean we have, in Boolean we have only true, false, not true, not false, and then the result we can check it out here. Now chaining comparisons, if we have result equal to 3 less than 5 equal to 5, then this is also kind of comparison operator. So first of all which will take place, 3 less than 5 will operate, and then 5, whatever result will come, that will be here checking. Now result equal to 3 less than 5 equal to 6. Now here 3 is less than 5, yes, condition is true, and true equal to 6. 6 is also comparison is false. Here the second comparison is false. Result 3 is less than 5. This is true. This is true, and 5 equal to 6. True and false. So result is coming false here. So this we are going to understand how this will take place. Mixing logical and bitwise operators. Let us understand how AND works in Python, because this is a little tricky in Python. So we must understand how AND works in Python. In Python, the expressions 2 and 3 evaluates to 3 because the way the operator works in logical expressions. The AND operator evaluates the first operand, right? If the first operand is falsy, it means if it is either 0 or none or false, etc., then the expressions immediately returns that operand. And if the first operation is truthy, if the first value is truthy, then the non-zero number, non-empty string is there, it moves to evaluate to the next operand. Okay? That is why it will return next value. So why 2 and 3 returns 3? If it is given y 2 and 3, if we are writing 2 and 3, so the output will be 3. Why? Because 2 is non-zero, it is truthy. Then if it is truthy, so immediately it will go to the next statement, which is 3. So it will return 3. And if suppose 2 was not there, if in the place of 2 it would have been 0, or any negative, not negative, 0 or false value, then immediately it would have given 2. So example you can understand once again. 2, 0 and 3 will be falsy. Since 0 is falsy, it will result 0. 3 and 0, since 3 is truthy, the result is 0. 3 and 5 both are truthy, so the result will be 5. Summary. Now let us, the main thing is for and if both operands are truthy, then the result is second operand. Once again, if both operands are truthy, if both the values are truthy, then the result is the second operand. And if first operand is falsy, then the result is first operand. Means if first value is false, 0, then result will come first operand, and if both are truth, both are positive value, then the result will come second. That is why in the previous example, now we can understand. Let's have a practical demonstration of the same thing. For example, if we are writing here, suppose d equal to 2 plus 3 plus 5 into 4 divided by 2. Simple I am keeping. Then first of all, what will take place? Then first of all, as per the condition, as per the rules and regulations which we have understood, in the same expression we have plus, into and divide. 3 operators we are using here. Now, so first of all, we have to go left to right if into and divide are coming together in the same expression. So 5 into 4 will be 20. So we can take example of notepad for understanding. So it means 1 minute. Yeah. So now we have here, first of all, so 2 plus 3 plus, now 20 will be the output of 5 into 4, then divide by 2. So now this will take place. So 2 plus 3 plus 10. Now we can add it together. All together it will be 15 is the output. Let us see if we are printing right, it is coming. Now you can see output is coming in the form of float. Automatically Python is converting into float, right? So this is your output. Now in the same expression, if we write, if we do what, if we are writing this under parenthesis, then what will happen? First of all, this will be executed. 3 plus 5 will be what? 8, and then 8 into 4 will be here 32. 32 will be divided by 2, it will be 16, and 16 plus 2 will be 18. So let us see, 18 is the answer. Understood? This way we have to evaluate if multiple operators are given in the same line, same expression. Thank you for watching the video, and if still there is any doubt, you may contact, you may send comment, or directly you may send a mail.